Hey guys, this match is going to be amazing. If you guys don't know Diego Pato, he's one of the best, if not the best leg lockers today. In my opinion, his entries into the legs and his breaking mechanics are at the highest level. And Tagaev Gazimagomedov is a mystery. It was really hard to find footage of him, mainly because I think he's been focusing on wrestling. But just by watching Tagaev, you can understand how high of a level he has. Guys, pay attention how Tagaev is keeping his legs all the time backwards. He's going head first, then arms, then hips, then legs, you see? So that is very important because it is so hard for Pato to get under him. But this is also a big mistake Tagaev does. He's going with the head so low that Pato is getting into a headlock position on him, you see? So now he needs to defend this headlock, which he's one of the best at defending this headlock. I've rarely seen people defend it this good. This is amazing. He's always trying to control the feet of Pato, you see? So Pato cannot get like a good angle of Tagaev to finish this headlock. And because of that, Pato cannot get like a clean pressure on the neck. So it's hard for him to finish it. Watch how Tagaev is controlling the feet of Pato. It is so interesting. And Pato is transitioning into Anaconda, but I don't think that will work. Yeah, he completely lost that position. Straight into our arm drag. That was very nice. That arm drag, it is very good if he goes into the legs, I think. If he tries to chase the back of Tagaev, it will be very hard. I've seen him defend the back and he's also very good at that position. So I think the main attack on Pato will be just getting into the legs. This arm drag into the legs is so good from Pato. Straight away pummeling that top lasso. Watch how Pato is always controlling that head of Tagaev. Always collar tying. Even from guard. That is also very important. But also Pato is keeping free, like he's not letting Tagaev get too close. If you see Tagaev's shoulders get close to Pato, Pato is straight away pushing those shoulders. Whatever shoulder is close, Pato will straight away push that shoulder. That is a sign of a very good guard retention, when you know when to push and when to pull. Some people pull when they don't have a good position and they get into a even worse position. And this is a good attempt into the legs, but Tagaev is rolling and his knee line is free again. But that was a good entry from Pato. And Pato is one of the best at entering the legs. Also, this position, I think it can be good from Pato. Because Pato can get like an underhook from here and get into the legs. But Tagaev is keeping his head close to the chest of Pato. So it's hard for Pato to get like a good angle on him to get that underhook. So let's see. Yeah, Tagaev is just trying to survive these positions. This is just survival here. Yeah, and he opened the guard, let's see. Straight away Pato pummeling that lasso. Watch how Pato is holding his own feet, you see? So it's easier for him to pummel. When like Tagaev is putting pressure, it will be easier for Pato just to get a hold of his own leg and pummel it into a lasso or something. And again, Tagaev is going with his head low. And again, Pato going for that headlock. But now transitioning into this overwrap, let's see. Maybe a seatbelt? This can be a good attack from Pato. But again, Tagaev is controlling the feet of Pato. So it's hard to clear this position to get the back, you see. Watch how Tagaev is controlling this feet. This is so interesting to watch. I've almost never seen people defend this position like this. Because it's so hard for Pato to clear those grips, to get behind him. Because he wants to get behind the shoulders of Tagaev and also behind the elbows of Tagaev. So it can be like a clear back take. And now transitioning into Kimura. Let's see. Maybe he can get that Kimura, but the time is low. He only has 1 minute to work, so let's see. Maybe Tagaev can just stand up and like clear this position. But I think it's hard because Pato has a good hold of this seatbelt. It is very interesting how Tagaev is defending this position. But he's also losing time. So the judges see that Pato is attacking more than Tagaev. So this is bad for Tagaev, I think. Because he needs to be more active. He is just defending all the time. But let's see, maybe he will do something. But it's so hard to pass Pato's guard. He is so good at guard retention. And it's so hard to get like a close to him because when you get close, he's straight away attacking the legs. And if he cannot attack the legs, he's going into the upper body and attacking omoplatas, arm bars, triangles. So it's so hard to get like a clean pass on him. He's always active from guard. But let's see what Tagaev will do in the second round because this one ended like this. I put together a full guide on Patreon on how to deal with guys who pass like Tagaev, with this rumble style pressure passing. I see so many people in Jiu-Jitsu who've been training for 10 years and a new guy comes in, or even a wrestler, and they struggle or even lose because they don't even know how to handle that kind of game. Second round, let's go. I think straight away Pato is looking for grips to pull guard, because if Tagaev puts him down, it will be points for Tagaev. So he needs to be careful how he pulls guard. He's just looking for grips, being low. Also, Pato has a very good headlocks attempts when people shoot on him. So I think that is why Tagaev is very careful, yeah. So let's see, over up now for Pato. Let's see if he will transition into headlock. But this is a good position for Pato. He just needs to be careful from that like peak hip switch. Yeah, let's see. Okay, now he's transitioning into headlock. He needs to be careful just of that switch of Tagaev, but now it's hard for him to do it. Oh yeah, but he escaped. Yeah, but that was a very good pull from Pato. Risky, but very good. Okay, let's see again, close guard. Tagaev is being very careful. This is like, I don't know how he's expecting to win, being like this. But I really like to see Pato underhooking that leg of Tagaev, because I think that is the only option for him to do something in this match. Tagaev is very good at defending the back. He's always at a right angle. He's never giving space for Pato to move his hips. If you can like see, watch how he's straight away he controlled the hip of Pato when Pato gained like a little bit of advantage from close guard. And now Pato is going for this like shoulder crunch from this close guard, maybe to expose the elbow, but I think it will be hard as gripping Tagaev is his hands. So it will be so hard to do something from here, Pato. Maybe Pato can get like an underhook here on the legs of Tagaev, on the left leg of Tagaev. But Pato is going for a Kimura. Let's see. But it's so hard to finish this Kimura. If you see the angle, he's not on a good angle to finish this Kimura. And Tagaev is like squeezing the hips of Pato. So it's even harder for Pato to get like a good angle. So he's just like losing time with this Kimura, I think. I can only imagine how strong Tagaev is, because that hand is not moving. Oh, maybe underhook for Pato? This is better. This is better. Straight away pummeling that matrix hook. Let's see. Yeah, Tagaev straight away just escaped. That was crazy. Yeah, Tagaev is just not kidding with those like leg attacks from Pato. He's straight away like running away. Sit-up guard for Pato. I think this is a very good option to stay seated and chase Tagaev. But you see Tagaev is straight away forcing Pato into supine guard. Yeah, this is the problem if you only play guard and if you only play supine guard, because you must wait for the opponents to attack you and then you can get a hold of them, you see. But if you play like sit-up guard, you can chase them. And again, Tagaev went with his head low. And again, Pato is going for this headlock. Let's see, maybe Tagaev can get into like over-under position from here. The right leg of Pato is very low. And the right leg also, so Tagaev is jumping over that leg, you see. Let's see, now over under for Tagaev, but watch straight away Pato pushing the right shoulder of Tagaev. That is the best option to be free from this over under. You never want that right shoulder of Tagaev to be over your left leg, over your left knee line, you see. So that like guard retention from Pato was amazing. You never want to let people get over your knee lines when you play guard and like hug your hips. Maybe if you play like deep half guard or half guard, but when you play like guards like this that are open, you always want to be free all the time. Okay, again supine guard for Pato. Watch how he's framing that far shoulder of Tagaev, the left shoulder of his. Pummeling the lasso Pato all the time. Like recentering with Tagaev also. That is also very important. Pato never lets Tagaev get like a good angle on him. Like if you see Tagaev never went into north-south and tried to pass from there, because Pato is always like recentering with him, you see. And again, like watch how he's controlling that right biceps of Tagaev. And into a headlock again. Yeah, I don't know, Tagaev is getting like stuck into these positions a lot because his head is so low. But watch how he's controlling the right leg of Pato. Watch, that is also very good. And now controlling the hips of Pato. So it's hard for Pato to get like behind his elbows and get the back. Yeah, but Pato is going for this guillotine. And this is a tight arming guillotine. Let's see. Yeah, Tagaev is in trouble here. Yeah, but now it got free. Yeah, that was amazing defense from Tagaev. Yeah, still Pato is trying to finish this guillotine. Yeah, but nothing there. Yeah, it's so hard to finish these Dagestanis with a headlock. And they are so good because in wrestling they've been in that position for so long, you see, and they're one of the best at defending headlock, and also they're one of the best at attacking headlock. So if you wanna like watch high level headlock attacks, in my opinion, the Dagestanis and all wrestlers are so good at attacking and defending headlocks, also getting behind the elbows to attack the back. In their case, they don't take the back, but they go into that position like going hip to hip from behind, like a rear body lock. So it's so good to watch them for like a technique and how they react and how they attack. Also on Patreon, I'm doing like a full guide on how different athletes attack the same position with different reactions. For example, Pato is attacking a headlock completely different from Gordon, and Gordon is completely different from Joseph Chen. So I will do that from every position. I think that will help a lot of people having like a different options from the same position and all in one place, and not having to pay like for 10 extractionals about headlocks. Okay, this is the last round. Let's go. Pato straight away just looking to pull again. But now Tagaev is careful, you see. He's scared to shoot on Pato because Pato cut him like in 15 headlocks. So this is very interesting. Maybe Pato will shoot on Tagaev, who knows? Maybe like a good single leg will be interesting. Let's see. Oh, that was very nice pull from Pato. I think he's used to pulling guard because of IBJJF rules in that World Championships in the gi. And let's see, this is a deep grip for Pato. Okay, let's see. This is getting deeper. Okay, he completely locked the knee line of Tagaev. Tagaev is on his right hip, so it's hard for Pato to expose the heel. And now Pato is straight away going centering with Tagaev. But I think this is a trick, yeah. And he goes back again for the heel. Let's see. Yeah, I think he got the bite on the heel. Yeah, Tagaev did that Brazilian tap. Yeah, that is that. Watch this trick Pato is doing from this position. Like Tagaev was on his right hip, so it was hard for Pato to expose the heel. So Pato went back, you see, he recentered with Tagaev. So now Tagaev thinks he's safe and he will stand up. And now Pato will go for the heel, you see. So because it is easier to expose it this way. So that was amazing. And this was like a deep bite from Pato. Also watch the arms of Pato. Watch the right arm of Pato. He's completely holding the heel of Tagaev. So it is easier for him to expose it and then finish the heel hook with his left arm, you see. That was very interesting match to watch because Pato did very good exposing the legs of Tagaev. But also Tagaev did a very good job like defending the headlocks and the back from Pato. So like you can learn a lot from that. And they're like fighting here because Pato was yelling at Tagaev for some reason. Tagaev was doing that like Brazilian tap that you cannot even notice that they are tapping. So I think that was all the fuss about. But yeah, thank you guys. Check out the description for Patreon and see you next time.